All right. Okay, so we're back after that lively and fun conversation, sports chat with Dennis Mapuri and Mike Khemikal. And we're still live on GH today. It's live on GH1 TV. We're also around the world on gh1tv.com. So very good morning to you wherever you are and you're watching us. This is our show. It's a Friday edition of GH Today and we're chillaxing after the Hard Talk segment. Listen, our next guests, I don't know about you, but he cracks me up, okay? So like Kafi said earlier on, be sure that your ribs are good enough to take this.
Pressure.
Just stay tuned and get ready for this one. His stage name though, Khemikal. Khemikal, what's your real name?
Daniel Selassie.
Daniel Selassie?
Indeed.
All right.
And that's his handle, by the way, at Daniel Selassie. Selassie is S-E-L-A-S-E. Daniel, at Daniel Selassie. So you're welcome to the show.
It's on all the platforms, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, on all the
Facebook, Instagram.
everywhere, MoneyGram, everything.
He said he's on MoneyGram too.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay, all right, why not?
Right. You heard that.
Listen.
He started.
So final year of your time at the University of Ghana, you decided to start fooling for a living.
Yeah, I mean, I realized all the 4 years was wasted. I mean, the real talent was stand-up comedy. And I watched KSM, and I'm like, I look like this guy, I like this guy, and I love him.
Who said you look like KSM? Let me look at your face.
Can't you see the resemblance?
Oh, Colleen.
No.
You don't?
You wear contacts.
He said you wear contacts. The man is dropping uppercuts.
So that's what happened, and some colleagues of mine told me, hey, you can do stand-up comedy. So we had this program at school, and the ECG took the lights.
Oh.
So there was no entertainment, so I was the only person they could resort to. So I stood there, and then I spoke about our experiences during that 4-year period. And they were all laughing. I'm like, okay, so this is where I start.
Okay, from there.
Yeah, so that was my green light.
What were you studying before you had the revelation to go into comedy? What was your course?
I did BSc, a Bachelor of Science in Family and Consumer Science.
And you think all of that was wasted? You said you thought it was wasted.
It wasn't wasted as in wasted. It's just one wasted. Because I used that knowledge to craft my act.
Indeed.
Yes, but the wasted is, yeah, you know, I'm not going to use it to look for a job. This is the job, like I'm at work right now. You understand?
So the whole time before your friends discovered you, yourself, you didn't even know that, hey.
Well, I felt it, but I was suppressing it because I'm a good artist.
Okay.
Yeah. As in
visual.
Yeah, visual. So I was I'm multi-talented.
Okay.
I'm not a China phone though.
You're not a China phone.
Yeah.
Tell us your talents.
I know how to draw very well. I used to rap. I do poetry. I write.
I know the last one.
Which one?
Go on.
I comedy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Now, how do you?
And I'm a motivational speaker too.
For real?
Yeah.
Who do you motivate?
Everybody. I can motivate you.
Motivate me.
And a potential father.
Yes.
He told me that.
Yeah, I am, but I'm still searching.
You know? You don't have a running mate?
No, I'm seeking. I'm not searching. I'm seeking.
You're seeking.
Yeah.
Why don't the women like you?
Well, everyone thinks I'm joking. Hey, I'm interested in you. I love you. Oh, you're funny. You're funny.
So, I mean, say you were interested in baseball, what would you be telling her?
She's married, though.
No, but if you were, I said if.
If I were.
Yeah, just chant her down, let me hear. I want to hear some of your vibes, man.
You know, you're beautiful, and your color reminds me of my favorite soup, groundnut soup. You know?
You want?
No, the man is hide the ring. He said your color reminds you of his favorite groundnut soup.
I love groundnut soup.
Yeah,
I eat groundnut soup with any available carbohydrates.
Banche.
Any carbohydrates.
Yeah.
Once it's carbohydrate, both fruits, bread, anything.
Listen, I know you've been doing this not for too long though, but for a while.
Yeah,
right?
I have.
What was your first big gig?
My first big gig was, KSM at 58.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and then
you managed, so you did that when she shared. You
well,
get close to the man.
No, like
your mind was like him.
No, but yes. You know, I think because I was performing well, he saw me and he saw talent. He saw him in me. So it's like, oh, let me take this.
He saw him in you?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
So he said, let me take.
How much money are we talking about here? Were you paid or you did it for free?
I was paid. I can't tell you the exact amount, but it was okay.
50 Ghana.
Oh no, 50 Ghana is too big.
At least some TNT.
It was more than TNT.
More than TNT.
Yeah. And then a night of 1021. I mean, I can't leave that out. It was.
That must have been big.
It was big. When I was called, I was eating wachi, and then George.
Backstage.
No, when I was
for
the gig,
Okay.
I was eating wachi with a friend, and I had hustled to get that small wachi money. And when George Kui called me, he's like, "Hey, I want you to mount." Immediately he cut the call. I'm like, "Charlie, boy, Asati, I no go chop again."
Straight up.
And he's like, "Well, I'm
Even
like,
when
Charlie."
the money hadn't been
I'm like,
handed
Charlie, I go perform. Where? Night of 1021.
Oh, dear.
How do comedians?
Hey, Charlie, me too, I no go chop again.
Charlie,
It be so.
But how do comedians? I mean, athletes train. They jog. Boxers do gym work.
Yeah.
They run around. They do sit-ups. How do comedians train?
Well, it depends. For me, if you put me on the spotlight, like, hey, tell me a joke, I won't be funny.
Course, yeah.
But if I'm spontaneous, if you're having a normal conversation, it comes. And sometimes too, I pick a topic and I break it down. I write, I rehearse, I rewrite, because when you write at first, it's not funny. Until you rewrite.
You test. Sometimes I speak with Funny Face, and I get a feeling that he's testing some jokes on us to see how they'll work before then he takes it onto the big stage. Do you do that as well? Do you test stuff out on your family and your friends?
But when you are, I test them. But when you are testing, you have to make sure they don't know you are testing, else they won't laugh.
So as we're having this whole conversation, are they coming?
Well, yeah.
So give us one.
No,
which is the first one?
He would do it because he put it on the spot. Listen,
in the midst of the conversation, sometimes they come.
Listen, you were at TEDx.
Yeah, I was at TEDx.
Did that also stop you from eating your wachi?
Oh, I wasn't eating wachi.
What were you eating then?
I was drinking water, but I didn't stop because I was thirsty.
Okay, in case you were not at TEDx, take a look at what Khemikal did at TEDx.
I wish I was a woman right now. And pregnant. Yeah. With twins. Yeah. Oh. I've been here for a long time and this place feels so cold. And I think back, and what it reminds me of is the Titanic. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's quite interesting, especially when we watch European movies and the way they portray love. Like, guys can die for love, die for their women because of love. Like, oh my God, I love you so much. Yeah. Kill himself because of love. Leonardo DiCaprio, ship is sinking. You met the lady once. Let it die. He said no. He was in this cold water shivering. Oh my God, this is a critical moment. I want to die so that when I die, I know I died for love. And he died. Which Ghanaian man? Which Ghanaian man would do that? Wow. Look, if it were a Ghanaian, it would be different because a Ghanaian would be inside and be like, hey, sweetheart, this one be a critical. Even yesterday, just one hour, he said no. No. I should die, so who come and take? No way. It's not easy. I'm doing my job. Now, talking about this same love issue, there's this stereotype about, white people letting their daughters at the age of 16 go out, fall in love, go out to the movies, have broken hearts, and it's quite annoying. They have broken hearts and they come home crying, oh my God, this is so bad.
You were the host.
Yeah.
All right. So that was Khemikal performing at TEDx Spintex Women. And hey, Queen B was the host of that event.
Indeed.
And it
was
went
the first
down
time.
pretty well.
It was the first time, well, it was the first time hosting it, and it was the first time meeting this
Khemikal.
wonderful young man.
Indeed.
Yes.
Listen, so what happens if you drop a joke that falls flat? Say you drop the joke and then people are like, yes, next.
I sweat. You know, there's always a time in a stand-up comedian's life where he performs and then at a point he sounds like a motivational speaker, like Mr. Otabil. Like, you are speaking so much sense and everybody's looking at you like, what the hell is this guy talking about?
Can you give us an instance where it happened? Where, what were you talking about?
I think when I started, I did some kind of, I did an intellectual joke. And it was about words and how we use words. And people, a fraction of them understood it, but the rest were like, what the hell is this guy talking about? You know, it was all English and grammar and stuff, so they were confused. They thought it was an English class.
Is it because you probably did not look at the kind of audience?
I think that was the...
You know, I'm asking that because, Kafi, can you imagine? So I was actually introducing this chair at a wedding in Kumasi, and I tried to play that joke in competence joke.
Don't work.
Not a single person even smiled.
When you moved on.
I did, but I was just I was like so confused in my head.
It's got to move on.
You know, it gets to that point where you talk and then they don't laugh and you're like, is it you or is them? Is it like Prisoners on Death Row or is it like iRobot, Cyborgs? Like, you don't understand.
Are Ghanaians funny?
Ghanaians are funny.
Why don't we clap when somebody's performing on the stage?
Well, it's because we have a lot of problems.
Like what?
That's like Doomsaw, like the economy is some way, traffic, you know, there's no food, your girlfriend left you.
So we come to your shows
the show frustrated. And you say, this guy, what is he talking about?
But why didn't you come to the show with it?
That's the problem. That's the problem. Ghanaians are funny, you know. Life is funny. And everything that's funny is life. You know, like our daily activities, what we do, like in my house, in my home. I grew up in a chamber and hall, you know. Like when I was growing up, there are times when you have a visitor. When you don't have a visitor, there's one particular mouse you will not see. When you have a visitor, that mouse comes out. And you know, so it's life. You know, so what we do is we talk about life.
Do you do political jokes?
Yeah, I've done political jokes before. That was like I don't remember when, but it was during the late Atamil's time.
Okay.
Yeah. Did that fly?
Yeah, it did fly. It did fly. Yeah.
What was it exactly?
I spoke about how Atamil's was smiling when the parade was happening, and I pictured Atamil's and Akufo-Addo in a presidential debate, but in this one, in a game of dummy, you know. Okay. And you know, Atamil's is fancy and he knows how to play the dummy. Yeah. And whilst he's playing, he's pissing Akufo-Addo off. And then like, Chawi, I want to see the president if you mention in the so much wadi. Maybe you know, I did something.
And then Nana's response.
And Nana's response, hey, Akwa, no you. You know, I did, but that was a long time ago. I haven't really tried any political
You're afraid that you won't get gigs if you go and do political jokes.
Maybe.
You're afraid. But you do ethnic jokes too.
I do ethnic jokes. I do observational. Yeah. I do observational and relationship jokes a lot.
Because you are single?
Experience.
Okay.
Yes. It's experience. Experience is the best teacher. I'm currently single and I'm looking for, you know, I'm looking for her.
Go there
so
now,
if you know you are with some guy and he's touching you, leave that guy. It's me. Come.
What can you offer, man?
What can I offer? Hey, Charlie, that's the thing. For now, I can offer you motivation, transportation when you come to my place when you are going. I can offer you transportation. I can offer you drink. Pure water is there, you know. Yeah.
I like you. You're being frank.
I'm being frank. I mean.
Listen,
yeah.
Talking about the fact that Ghanaians are funny or not, you know, I hear comments like you use local languages that sometimes do not kind of work with your audience.
Yeah, I've had people.
Is that an issue?
Yeah, it's an issue to them, but not me, because I mean, as a Ghanaian, I don't know why I should speak all English when I'm talking about an Ashanti, I'm talking about a Ghana. I mean, that's who we are. So,
but if you get on the stage like 10,021 laughs, where you have like Nigerian comedians, Just your routine changed then?
Yeah, it changes. I cut the local dialects down. I have to serve both the Ghanaian audience and the Nigerian audience. So it's somehow 60-40. 60 English, 40 local. That is when I have to use it. I have routines that are like all English.
Okay.
And that's what I do now. If I'm writing a routine, I write it in English. And then later when I'm on stage, I can choose to add.
Depending on your
Depending
audience.
on my audience, yes.
Let's look at, I know you have a show, for instance, a monthly comic relief show. What is it called again?
There's Comedy Bar, there's Comedy Express.
And I've heard you on different platforms talk about the lack of support. How difficult is it?
Well, I think most investors are interested in investing in beauty pageants. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe next month or as we go on, as we go on, we are going to change our comedy shows to beauty pageants. So Comedy Bar beauty pageants,
can you imagine?
Comedy Express beauty pageants, everything will be.
So you have half-naked girls walking around?
Yeah. Or yourself?
Yeah, they will sell the tickets. They will sell the tickets.
Listen, Chemicals, does this pay? I mean, making people laugh. Does it put money in your pocket?
Yeah, it does. On the average, if I used to work, right, as a web developer and computer programmer at Tema, and when I compare how much I was earning to what I earn now when I stay at home, I think on the average, it's good.
How much are you earning as a developer?
A developer, on the average, you earn like 1,000
a month.
Yeah.
And as a comedian?
And as a comedian,
like
not so bad.
Like 3.
Not so bad.
Like 4.
And you know, when as a comedian, when you are earning, it's not like you work for a month. It's like maybe just 1 gig and
then you've paid, you've done the web delivered like
somebody's
2.
yearly, you know.
Yeah, and then that's it. So,
but you talk about how that, well, yeah, not so bad. But you also complain at the same time that you're not paid as much as your Nigerian counterparts.
Yeah, that's
when
true.
You all
That's
put on
true.
the same
But are you guys as good as them?
Yeah, we are. We are.
Tell us about
it. The difference is that they discovered stand-up comedy a long time ago. And so we cannot compare ourselves to them. As in, they started ahead of us. But we have been able to catch up. And we are able to do equally as good as they do. It's like Ghana Jollof and Nigerian Jollof. No matter what they do, Ghana Jollof is nicer than Nigerian Jollof. And they are trying to catch up. You know, some taste good. You know, not all Nigerian comedians are funny. You understand? And not all Ghanaian comedians are funny. But I can tell you for a fact that the current Ghanaian comedians, mainstream, are funny, very funny. Obi is funny, Jacinta is funny, DKB, Lexi, Ajeze, DKB, Foster Romanos, everybody is on point.
You didn't say David Oscar.
David Oscar is a stand-up comedian, reggae artist.
Is he funny?
He is funny.
Oh, he's a reggae artist?
Okay. Yeah, he's been singing now. He's singing now.
Listen, you, I think you said something about the VGMAs. You talked about how the VGMAs should be hosted by stand-up comedians.
Yeah, I mean, it should be hosted
Why that
by...
posture?
I think the reason I was saying that is at a point during the past event, the audience seemed a bit tired. One, because they didn't come early. That's one. And then two, I think if they doubled, maybe, let's say if it were Nashoko and maybe someone with a good sense of humor, it would have been better rather than
have two MCs who are not. Okay, all right, yeah, I get your point.
I feel it is better if they use a stand-up comedian or someone with a great sense of humor. You know, because I know Kwame Sifakan has hosted the movie awards before, and he has a great sense of humor.
Kwame has done the music awards.
Yes,
like,
and he's
over the years.
Nashoko she's great. Fantastic. You know, I am one of the few people who look up to females as like, you are my mentor, you know that I told you something.
One of the few people.
Yeah, I'm one of the, I know some guys are like, lady mentor, how? You know?
So you get woman mentor?
Oh yeah, I get woman mentor. Nashoko is one, she's one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like
Eskin.
Oh, she's another mentor. You like all the EIB women?
I love her. I love her. Nana Banama, oh my God, she's so eloquent.
We'll bring you on State of Affairs one of these days to talk about the state of comedy.
How about that? How about that?
State
What
of
a
comedy.
conversation that will be.
State of comedy.
Listen, you know, when you talked about women, I wanted to chip in this one. Do you know who his celebrity crush is?
Oh, yeah.
Is this young lady a celebrity, by the way?
Yeah,
Coffee, your girl, Moesha.
Moesha.
Yes. She's a celebrity. Why
you remember Moesha?
No, let me tell us why Moesha is your
you remember
crush.
Moesha,
I know
don't
Moesha.
you?
Yeah, Boadon.
You know, when I was growing up, I loved pre-tech. And I loved it.
You loved what?
Pre-tech. So I love shapes.
Oh.
Listen.
The Coca-Cola kind of, right?
Coca-Cola. You
This
see
one is not-
those
this one
times,
is
those
bigger than Coca-Cola.
shea butter, but nice one. You know, Evers have this instrument.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Hatchet,
shape. You know,
hatchet.
she's endowed. She's endowed. God bless her.
And that's
Anywhere
that's
she is, Moesha.
Yeah, give her a shout out.
I love you. You know, this is serious. Oh, this is serious. I'm proposing to Moesha on TV. Wherever she is, if she's looking at me, I love you. I love you too, even though you haven't said it.
you've been talking about this like severally.
Yeah.
She still hasn't reached out to you.
Probably I haven't.
She's
I haven't
thinking,
gotten to.
who the hell is this guy?
I haven't gotten
What
to
makes
that
him
financial
think-
status yet, but I'll get there.
With your Coca-Cola and
Yes, I'll get there. I'll get there.
Listen,
I'll get there.
you want to follow this man on social media, go to, just look for @Daniel Selassie. Selassie is Selase, the face of comedy and Ghana rising as far as the arts and entertainment. Hey, follow, let's support